Like, share. Welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. Tesla is getting serious, like real serious. And this is the 5-minute chart. This chart only goes up to 4 to the close at 4:30, so 4 o'clock. Currently, we have 225.65, 225.60. Okay, so let's go through this. We're going to do a serious live stream here. No goofing around today. Okay, we had a high today of 230.93, a low of 225.37, and we closed at 227.22. That was nasty, real nasty. We half hour before the close at 3:30, we had 268.64 above 228.64 above our 228, which is our low. We made a lower low. When we closed below 228, we made a lower low. And what's that mean for us? Well, it means we've lost our upward trend. We've lost it in the monthly, the weekly, in the daily. We are in a downtrend. And I'm going to go through that with you with my charts here in a little bit. But what caused our little problem today is several things. They hacked some government site, and put in false information about Tesla that ran all day until they got it straightened out. That didn't help us. And secondly, and probably more importantly, the CPI report came out at 8:30 this morning, and it was normal on the core part was right on the money, but which is usually the most important part. But the other part of CPI came out a little bit on the hot side. And then the Houthis, or whoever they are, them Arabs over there, captured a oil tanker, and they're moving it towards Iran. Gee, I wonder why. Maybe easier to unload it there. Who knows? But they captured one of our oil tankers, and our government's been attacked hundreds of times, and they're doing very little response. Grandpa's opinion, they need to step it up a notch, or these guys are going to rule the world. The shipping, what causes Tesla to fall is the fear that interest rates aren't going to come down. Well, they're not going to come down when inflation is going up, okay? And when you have them taking your oil tankers, that's not good. So that's number one. Now tomorrow, and we got big news coming. We're hovering right near the lows of the day, within 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents. We're bouncing back up just a little bit right now. 225.33. Grandma got her fills at 227, and I'm going to go through where Grandma's new selling point is and where her new buying points are, because she has new buying points and she has new selling points. that you'll be interested in. And you know, it just seems like Grandma knows stuff. When the price was $265, and Grandpa kept talking about Grandma buying shares at $227, everybody thought Grandma was crazy, except Grandma. You know, I wish I could get shares like Grandma. I jumped the gun and bought a little bit early. I just don't have the patience that Grandma has. Grandma, she knows stuff. It's amazing. You know, and will I grab a few shares down here? Yeah. But the thing is, we're bouncing back up right now pretty good. 225.70 and rising. They're trying. They are trying after hours to pull us back up. But let's see. I want to stay on track here. Oh, as far as my song contest, the last two songs are negated. They're the last one. What nobody guessed it was "I Am Resolved." It goes like "I am resolved to do." That was the name of that one, and the other one I put it right in the title, and you guys didn't get it. You know, when you put the song title that you're supposed to guess in the title of the live stream and you don't get it, there's not much Grandpa can do for you guys. Now, Pastor Keith is in the lead. He's got one. You got to get three to win the free Tesla share. Pastor Keith's got one. I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow, and I'll do a song. I'm going to play you a song on the piano tomorrow, and I'll play it. I'll put the mic a little closer to the piano so that my son said he couldn't really hear the song very well when the I Am Resolved one, so maybe that was somewhat my fault. I've got hundreds of guesses on I think they're making song requests. I ought to be a DJ. I find it hard to believe that they actually think this is the song that Grandpa's playing, but who knows? And I'll go through some of that maybe tomorrow, but today I want to do a serious live stream here. Okay, so 219.20 pre-market they were down at 187, buying 200 shares at a blink a couple times a minute. They were at 190 times 1, and they pulled us down big time. They were up at 278.26 pre-market times 2 shorting, and that should have pulled us up. But we had two low numbers pulling against one high one, and but they're adding to our positions up in the 278 area, and of course you already know the drill. You're going to see 284 in your future, and you're going to see 184. The question is, what's Grandma going to do? So CPI came out hot, a little bit hot, and it scared the market a little, and so we hightailed it down. And they hightailed it down before it came out at 8:30 because they already knew what it was going to be. It's the big guys know. Now tomorrow with PPI is coming out at 8:30, an hour before the open. It's amazing how they always do this stuff before the open. And it remains to be seen whether PPI is hot or cool, and it bounces back up here. But we've lost the trend. We're in a downtrend. That's the real facts. Now Grandpa's going to go through his charts a little bit here. let's look at the 4 hour. Okay, see this moving average yellow line here? This is the 50 moving average. Grandpa's been saying that this is the 100, but it's not. It's the 200. It's 200 days. The last 200 candles is what it is. Well, 200 days actually of this represents the last 200 candles, where it's at, the average. And there's something very important about these two that I want to talk about, and it's called a death cross. And I don't know if you've heard of a death cross before, but I'm going to try show you one. If the 200 and the 50 cross, if they touch, if they meet and one goes through the other by just a shade, or they even touch, you could see a $50 move, generally down in our situation. Let me see if I can get back far enough. Here's one here where they crossed, and this 50 over here is moving up and away, but the 200 is still going up. And if this 50 will turn sooner, and if we drop a little bit more, it's going to follow suit and hit it. If the 50 is headed down when it hits it, we could see a $50 to $70, $80 drop. This could be nasty, real nasty. And well, it's going to be a buying opportunity is what it's going to be. But here you had the 50 in an upward movement, and it crossed, okay? It crossed, and the price skyrocketed. But in this situation, where it's above the 200 and going to be coming down into it, we got to keep this thing away from it. If it crosses it, and I think it's probably going to, you're going to see 180. We're going to break 184. That's Grandpa's humble opinion. Let me go back a little further and see if I can find you another scenario. I'm going to have to go into the weekly chart to try, and I don't know if I have that on the weekly. I do not have it on the weekly, just in the daily. So, here, this is the last time we got a death cross, what's called a death cross, but the 50 was moving up. But if the 50 is moving down when it hits it, you're in a world of hurt. That's total opposite. And it's called the death cross. You know, it's almost like sometimes Grandpa wonders if Grandpa's superstitious. I don't know it, but it happens every single time. So we'll see. Maybe I can find some more of these crosses in the 4 hour. I don't think so. Just this one where the 50 was headed up, it crossed it and it skyrocketed like lightning. Called the death cross. Can be a huge move. Yeah, it went up to almost $300. It could go down to 101.07. Oh, 101.07. Okay, so Grandpa quit goofing around. I'm going to go back to the daily. and we're going to go through this thing. So we broke through the 200 moving average. We broke through the 100. Probably more importantly, we closed at 227.22, which is below our previous lowest lower low, and so we made a new lower low. And so right here, these two lines here, that goes back to the high of Tesla over 2 years ago. This is your new trend line right here that we're working with. And as far as what Grandma's doing now, Grandma's going to sell some at 249.77. Not all of them, just some of them. She has 3 sell points currently up above. They are 249.77 because I expect quite a bounce downward. I think we're going to be lucky to get 249.77 before we get 190 or 180. And so Grandma's just going to sell some there. She's going to make over $20 a share, and I anticipate seeing that possibly here in the next week or two. And so 249.77, Grandma's going to get rid of some of her shares and rebuy, and I'll tell you where she's rebuying shortly. She also is selling still at 268.77, and she's selling at 279.97. So, but she's going to sell some at 249.77 first, pick up a little over $20. Grandma has a very low average, by the way, compared to the rest of us in the world. Why? I don't know. Grandma just knows stuff. That's just the way it is. If you trade the same as Grandma, you're in great shape. You know, I wonder about Kathy Wood bought those shares the other day. If I haven't heard if she's buying more here or if she's made a mistake. I just don't know. Maybe she's going to sell some at 249.77 like Grandma. That's possible. And then do the dip again. That's very likely. So, where's Grandma buying? Grandma is buying currently. She's going to buy at 190. Not 200, not 210, not 220. Grandma wants to buy at 190. She wants to buy some at 180, and she's saving gunpowder for 101.07. That's what Grandma's doing. But most relevant here is 249.77. I expect Grandma's going to get that number before she gets 190. Could Grandpa be wrong? Who knows? I don't think so. Grandma don't think so. Well, you know, Grandma knows stuff. So, if you see 249.77, might want to get rid of a few shares. Why? Because Grandma is. That's why. And watch for this death cross. I remind Grandpa to watch this thing closely for you, because that thing's a killer. These lines right here. Here's your 50. And here's your here's your 200. And if these two cross, if that 50 comes down through this 200, we're on our way. We're on our way to 180. That's the way it is. So let's look at our weekly. Oh, the weekly, and we'll try to find our W. Our W looks like it's going to make an M. Up, down, up, down. That's what it looks like. It looks like we're headed for... This red line is 200. This one's 184. It looks like our W is turning into an M in a hurry. And that's what Grandpa sees. Now, could CPI come out decent and we capture back our oil tanker and a few other things happen? Yeah. And, here's what I really think they're going to do. I'm going to tell you what I think they're going to really do, and then I'll show you the monthly. What I really think they're going to do, they're going to get everybody on board going short. The supercomputer is. They've already got most of America going short. They're going to get them all on board going short, and they're going to go up, and they're going to give Grandma her $249.77 that she wants. And she's going to make a killing at that price because she made over $20 a share then. And they're going to wipe all those shorts out, and then they're going to continue, because at that point in time, it don't matter. We're still in a downtrend. We got to get back up well above 249.77 to be back in our uptrend at this point. That's the way the game works. We are in this 2-year downtrend. Now, we still haven't broke our 11-month uptrend deal yet. But I think we're going to at this point. I have to go with, you got to go with the trend. And right now the trend is down. Until they change it, we're in a downtrend. That's the sad news. Is Grandma happy she got her fill? Absolutely. She's golden. I think we're going to get they're going to scare us. They're going to piddle around here. We're going to get one last bounce up before they take us into the basement. And that's all Grandpa knows about that. So, throughout the day, they were buying in the 220, 219 area times one. Like I say, pre-market, they were selling up at 278, adding to our upward deal. And they were shorting at 240. I don't want you to get too hung up on the short term here. 284, you're going to see it in your future 100%, and you're going to see 184 in your future 100%. Oh, before I forget, 280 is 4 months old today. This is 280, and 280 is our longest place of any substance that we have. Our highest place of substance is 284. But 280 has 3 times more, right at that number, shorted than any other number. It's also the longest one out that Grandpa's ever had. So we know they go 4 months, or they're going to go more than 4 months. This supercomputer plays the long game. Grandpa's been doing this now about 10, 11 months, and gaining knowledge with the blinking. But all I know is I wish I would do what Grandma does more often. She sure knows how to trade. Look for 249.77. That's where Grandma's going to sell some shares. We're not selling all of them. Grandma's not selling all her shares. She's just going to sell some of them and take her some profits. And then she's going to rebuy them at, we'll see where we're at that point in time. But okay, be ready for your song tomorrow. I'm going to play you that song tomorrow. And I appreciate it if you guys could put it in my comment in the notification bell deal. Whoever gets it in there first is the winner. First one to win 3 times is going to get that free Tesla share. And I'm trying to give it away, so get at it. All good things are from the Lord, and Lord willing, we'll see you later. If I see something going crazy here later on here tonight, I might do another one. But otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.